Don't you just love double standards? YMCA sounds like TSA. Woo! So for those of you who don't know what TSA stands for, TSA means Transportation Security Administration. They are responsible for the security of airports and airplanes, and basically when you walk into an airport terminal, you get patted down all around your body, have your invasion of privacy and personal space invaded, as they will touch you and actually, I shouldn't say touch. What they essentially do is grope you. They will put their hands anywhere on your body that they think they need to, which in most cases they always do just for the fun of it. But in all my total of 150 videos I have made, I have not once talked about the TSA, mainly because I get pissed every time I think about them, and my emotions start to go skyrocketing when I think about the invasion of privacy and personal space and the groping and sexual assault they commit on other individuals. Sexual assault, you may ask? Yes, sexual assault. So let me explain the double standard that we have in America. So if you have a police officer who pats down a woman, but during this pat down he touches her inappropriately in her private areas, that police officer would be in big trouble, and he'd go to jail, lose his job, and tried for sexual assault or harassment. The TSA do exactly that. But in recent TSA security news, the FBI recently announced that there's a new terrorist threat. This terrorist threat is from, obviously, Al-Qaeda, and this Al-Qaeda is trying to supposedly want to start planting bombs in their bomb victims, and where they surgically cut open the person's stomach. They then plant a explosive in their intestines the size of a grapefruit, sew them back up, send them to an airport, and in doing so, when the TSA scan you with their body scanners and all that stuff, that the explosive within the person's body won't be detected by the machines. In doing so, TSA has now upped their security even more. And now anyone who's had any type of surgery, of stomach surgery, any type of surgery at all, so instead of your typical violation and invasion of personal space the TSA does, they're now going to be looking at your surgical and feeling you all over your body. I mean, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, how much further is this going to go? We need to ask ourselves that question. But more so than that, we, as people, need to in some way stand up and fight against the stupid TSA. Because number one, it is a double standard. Number two, it is a violation of someone's privacy and personal space, having to grope them and finger women. I mean, what's it going to be next? When I walk in the airport, they're going to demand that I get a catheter stuck on me to make sure I don't have any needle explosives in my penis? Or, for example, a woman just had breast implants. She's going to have to take off her shirt, and they're going to have to feel around all her breasts to make sure there's no explosions implanted in those breast implants. To further exaggerate the situation, which is bound to happen eventually, bend over, Daniel Sulzbach, we need to check your butt. Yeah, like I'm really going to insert an explosive pill up my bumhole. This is not right, people, but here's the funny thing. The FBI says that in order for these terrorists to actually make the bomb go off that's installed in their body, they somehow have to sneak a large needle which has some type of juice or something in it, and in doing so, they then have to stab themselves in the belly button, stomach area, which activates the explosion. To me, is absolutely ridiculous, because if you know anything about the TSA, they check your tampons, they check everything, and you can't even get a full bottle of shampoo, of hair, body wash, anything, unless it's below 3 ounces. You can't bring tweezers, you can't bring scissors, but somehow this terrorist is going to get past a gigantic needle so he can secretly stab himself in the stomach and blow up the entire plane. I'm sorry, but I just don't think that this is a
highly probable situation.
I want to make something very clear, is that I am not against airport security, but what I am against is the invasion of personal space and privacy, and especially the TSA when they pat people down. You can see some very disturbing things where you practically have a woman or man fingering and touching another man's testicles or touching a woman's vagina, and I believe that is a complete invasion of privacy and personal space, much less it does not even take into account the psychological effects it can have on individuals. Much less, what if one of these people they're patting down is, let's say, was molested when they were a young child, and having these men or women touch their bodies in inappropriate places can have even more damage to an individual. So I ask you, when does this stop? When does it stop? How much further are you and me going to let this go? You and me need to stand up against this because this is wrong. Here's the reality of the situation though. The TSA want to expand, and when I say expand, I mean move out further and further to other ways of transportation. You have jets, you have train stations, you have buses, you have all these different other ways of transportation, and the TSA are trying to grow. They want to expand out. Essentially, the TSA are trying to become a monopoly. And because the TSA can get away with this type of sexual violation of people and personal space, as people need to somehow stop this or stand up and fight against the TSA. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but in no circumstance do I believe it is appropriate for a woman or man to physically touch my testicles to make sure that I don't have a bouncy ball bomb in my sack. I know that's an exaggerated example, but hey, you never know what the TSA are going to resort to next. You know, I really wish the TSA were as cool as the YMCA, but they're just not. Did you know, in a recent speech to Congress by John whatever his name, I have the link in the description, that this main administrator president dude of the TSA announced on June 14, 2011, very recent, announced to Congress that the TSA performed about 8,000 unannounced scans on people. Unannounced. 8,000 people did not know that they were being scanned, their body being seen completely or mostly naked. But hey, it's the TSA, what do you expect? You and me live in a culture of double standards. However, for me, I'm not gonna tolerate that. So with all that said, I'm Mr. Repzion, also known as Daniel Solzbach, and peace the rep out, and please, stand up and fight against the TSA. Because as much as I wish the TSA were like the YMCA, they're not.